those other countries that are supposed to be at the World Cup. It is a deep financial loss for these powerful footballing nations to miss out on the World Cup. They expected to be there because they saw the group, the playoff. It will be fine.
Yeah.
And you weren't fine.
And let's talk about Italy.
Yes, let's do it. Finally.
A country that doesn't deserve to be in the World Cup.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Italy knocked out of the World Cup contention. They lost their playoff against North Macedonia.
Bro, they didn't lose for like a year and a half straight.
Bro.
They lost only one game, and I think like the last 38 or something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like one you had to win. Against a country that... Look, I know they've beaten Germany in the past, and I know they're a little bit of like a giant killer, but bro, they had no right. I think even like the XG was crazy on this.
Yeah, if you look at the chart, it's like 49 arrows.
Bro, it was an embarrassment. It's legitimately an embarrassment that you lost.
Yeah.
I'm getting texts from people watching, but did we say something weird? Bro, the XG was Italy 2.78. If you don't know what XG is, that's based on the way you've played. That's how many goals you should have scored. You should have scored at least 3 goals, or at least 2 goals, possibly 3.
Yeah.
North Macedonia, do you want to guess?
I mean, it has to be like, if it's more than 0.5, it'd be a miracle.
0.17.
Yeah.
Which means you shouldn't even have came, bro. You shouldn't have been here.
Look, you don't want to be in these playoffs, right? Because anything can happen. I mean, look, it sucks for Italy. How beautiful was it for North Macedonia? Look how, they were losing. Their mind was so happy. You got to be happy. That North Macedonia is I don't even know how old of a country it is. It's a couple weeks old, I think.
Well, they just changed their name.
Right.
They went through a rebrand. You lost to a rebrand, bro.
So, some of the previous results. Italy, the qualifier, they drew to Northern Ireland. They drew to Switzerland. They 5-0 to Lithuania. They drew again to Switzerland before that. They drew every game.
4 draws. That's why I don't know if you saw this. I put it in the Slack. Italian football TV, IFTV, friends of ours.
Yes.
Right? Nice guys. Love them. They defend Italian football. They are calcio to the day they die. They put up an Instagram picture that says Italia. Of course, they had to put Italia. They're so Italian. 1 loss. Uruguay, 6 losses. Ecuador, 6 losses. And they said only one of these teams didn't qualify for the World Cup 2022. This is not to shy away from the terrible performances and internal issues from the Azzurri. They should never have been in this position, and this can't be an excuse for why we didn't qualify. That's 100% on the shoulders of them. That being said, this is strange, and something needs to change. You know what's strange? Is that this is your reaction. Bro, because Italy would never qualify if they were incompatible.
Right.
They would never.
With the results that they got. They kept drawing every game.
Bro, and my reaction was more draws than you pack for a weekend trip. Because they had, Mans have 4 draws, bro. 4 wins, 4 draws. That's not enough.
You can't score against Northern Ireland.
Who was in their group?
It was Northern Ireland. Let's see. Nations League.
Northern Ireland.
Let's see some of these matches. How far are we going? Are we going? I can't tell if I'm going backwards or forwards. Okay, no, the bottom ones are the newer ones. Okay, so they
drew to Switzerland, which was top of their group. They're going through. They drew to Northern Ireland 0-0. They beat Belgium, huge win.
Yeah.
Spain beat them.
No, that was
Nations League. Yeah. Oh wait, so was that Belgium?
Lithuania.
Sorry, Lithuania. You beat 5-0. You had to do that.
So it was Northern Ireland, Switzerland, Lithuania,
Bulgaria. You drew to Bulgaria, G. Like, here's the thing. Yeah, you went on a streak of not losing in 30-something matches straight. But all you had to do was win at North Macedonia. How do you not score against North Macedonia?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it should be easy, but if you really believe you deserve. That's the word I was looking for. If you really believe you deserve to be in the World Cup, bro, then you got to be North Macedonia, especially when the thing's on the line, bro. You just won a final in the Euros.
Yeah.
And I think you took your foot off the gas.
I would say throughout all of qualifying. Like the comparisons that IFTV are making are kind of silly because let's look at the qualifying in CONMEBOL, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Uruguay 6 losses, but who did they have to play?
Bro,
they have to play
twice.
Argentina twice. Brazil twice. Colombia twice.
Fam.
Peru, Chile, Paraguay.
You wouldn't even have made the game against North Macedonia in that.
You can't make that argument, dude.
First of all qualifying should be the same. And you see these groups. Bro, these, I'm going to look up UEFA World Cup qualifying.
Nitro said Italy is boycotting another corrupt World Cup. Yeah, now you got to justify it.
Yeah. Yo, it's not fair, bro. Group A, Serbia, Portugal. Portugal's going into a playoff. And Cristiano Ronaldo's like, woo, right. Thank you, Italy. Ireland, Luxembourg, Azerbaijan. Spain, head of the group. Then you got Sweden, Greece, Georgia, Kosovo. How'd you get a state in there, bro? Switzerland, Italy, North Ireland, Bulgaria, Lithuania. France, Ukraine. Shouts to Ukraine right now. Finland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Kazakhstan. This collection of countries, these groups are not fair. These groups are nowhere near as fair. And I know there's only 10 countries in CONMEBOL, but that is a war. Well, I probably shouldn't say that because of Ukraine. That is a struggle to get to the top 4 of that group, especially when you've got Argentina and Brazil just boom stamping their passport.
It's a lot.
Day one, so they stamp their
2 guaranteed spots.
Bro, imagine if your group had real countries in it. Imagine you had France, Belgium, Switzerland, and Spain in your group, and you had to get into the top half of that group. Right. You'd be done. You'd never make the World Cup.
It's this complaint of like, oh, it should change. I mean, realistically, the question I'd have for that is how much easier for a country like Italy do you want it to be?
Why do you need the Super League in the World Cup? Why?
Yeah.
And also, it's going to go up to 48 teams. That might be the only way you get in.
Dude, yeah, those not.
And then you lose to Kazakhstan. You know?
not getting those 3 points in a arguably weak group. I mean, you made your own bed. I mean,
and by the way, thank you, Manager Sander, for pointing it out. Portugal now plays North Macedonia. If North Macedonia bodies Portugal,
nothing would make me happier.
Then the Italians will be like, see, we didn't lose. But if Portugal beats North Macedonia, it's back on you.
Yeah, which they will, and they will beat North Macedonia because Portugal have a strong squad, and it's not Ronaldo is not the guy that's going to save that country. It's going to be Diogo Jota. He's unbelievable.
He's incredible.
He's having one of the best. I did not expect him to have such a season. He's been incredible. He came from Wolves, right? Mm-hmm. And he's just fit into Liverpool.
Wait,
and
no,
become a
did he
superstar.
come from Wolves?
Yeah,
I thought he came from the Portuguese league.
No, I could be wrong, but I'm almost sure he came from.
Whatever. He's looked incredible at Liverpool, and he has continued that form for his nation.
So yeah, this is I don't know what. The uproar definitely should be intense for Italy missing out on the World Cup, but
they're talking about keeping Mancini. The Italian Federation doesn't want to get rid of Mancini. I don't think Mancini can even go home.
I think the interesting thing is a lot of people are pointing out like that Chiellini and who's the other center back?
Not
Bernardeschi.
Which one?
The
Bonucci? Okay.
That they will have gone their entire career without playing in a World Cup knockout game, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I've seen that sort of stat. And it's a bummer, but bro.
Oh, you know what? If you didn't get a headbutt by what's his face? Zinedine Zidane, you wouldn't even have a World Cup to begin with in 06. Right. So, the owner of this club is very Italian. He's very mad at this conversation we're having. But look, it's on you. It's on you.
His last name is Italia.
It really is. He's from the Bronx. Let's just say he's seen a couple slaps in his day. Bonucci, yes, we got it. It's so frustrating because the Italian fans are looking at this from the problem is with the qualifying. The problem is with this.
Yeah.
How dare we not get in? You haven't been good enough the last 2 cycles. This is on you.
Yeah.
This is not on I think the qualifying should be the same across the board. I personally think CONMEBOL and CONCACAF should merge together and qualify, and I know that would make it more difficult for the US of A, but there's also 48 countries going to be allowed in. I think we'll be fine. I think it gives it more of a level up for some of these countries to play against, whether it's like Central American countries that have struggled to qualify in the past or some of the Caribbean nations that have struggled to qualify in the past. I think everyone has to raise their level to that Brazil-Argentina level in order to qualify. And I think UEFA needs to figure these groups out, because maybe they should do some qualifying to get into the group stages, because this is specifically built so that countries like Italy go through.
Right.
And what happened? Switzerland played better than you. Canada qualified at the top of the group for U.S. versus Mexico.
When the U.S. missed out on the World Cup for
last cycle, yeah,
Russia, we weren't like, yo, we need to change these rules.
Yeah, how dare qualifying be this way?
It's difficult. It's difficult to qualify. It is not. You don't earn. You have to earn it. It is not given to you. So that's the kind of narrative I would like to continue hearing for those other countries that are supposed to be at the World Cup. It is a deep financial loss for these powerful footballing nations to miss out on the World Cup, and Italy experienced that in 2018.
Double up.
And they got to experience it again.
Bro, you maxed out a second credit card is basically what happened. Speaking of financial loss.
They didn't learn their lesson. Whether, even the U.S., while they were struggling through qualifying in the last World Cup, what did they do? They got rid of Jurgen Klinsmann because after like 4 or 5 matches, they were like, yo, I think we might miss out on the World Cup.
Yeah.
They brought in Bruce Arena. The results were getting a little bit better. But it obviously didn't work out. But they at least acknowledged that there was a problem and made a change. Italy did not do that. They were like, all right, no, they expected to be there because they saw the group, the playoff, it will be fine.
Yeah.
And you weren't fine.
And they were thinking about Portugal. They weren't thinking about North Macedonia.
100%.
Got Portugal on the mind. Nick Red said, oh, God, we'd never make the World Cup in Alexis' system. It's 48 teams, bro.
Right, and this is, I think this is the resolution. If Italy doesn't qualify for the next World Cup with 48 teams,
then you don't, shut it down.
You got to shut it down.
Play baseball. Play baseball. You know, it's done.
Find a new hobby.
Yeah, get Mike Piazza in there to teach you how to play baseball. Because you're done.
You're not doing it right. You don't deserve this guy that was tweeting about America and Canada. Bruh. You should be tweeting about Italy.
Yeah. 100%.
They shouldn't. Nobody should be allowed to buy rights for the game and to watch in that country. Okay?
Bro, what a dumb take that dude had, bro.
Okay, so the only other things I wanted to make sure that we cover.